As if investors needed any more surprises, the April trade data surprised everybody. It really caught people off guard. The exports fell by 2.7% from a year ago compared to expectations for a rise of 2.3%. Imports jumped by 4%, and this is when the market was just waiting for a fall of 3.6%. So the talk has been that the weak orders to the U.S. and Europe was the reason behind the drop in exports, and that some of the stimulus measures that China has put into place, such as the cut to VAT, helped to boost imports. But the big thing that people are talking about is that they're very concerned that President Trump's new tariffs are going to spike any chance of having an export recovery in the second half of the year. In fact, I was speaking to one Chinese exporter who sells to the United States who said that he's worried that the tariff is going to kill off his business. Another American executive who has a lot of manufacturing facilities here told me that he believed that manufacturers like him were going to be dead in the water after this tariff was put into place. So a lot of concern there. And one of the reasons why this concept of China plus one is gaining even more traction. There's been a lot of buzz within the supply chain about this strategy, which has been around for a lot of bigger companies, and that is don't put all of your production eggs into the China basket. Always make sure you have one supplier outside. But now it's really gaining ground with even smaller companies who normally can't afford this kind of strategy, who say that they are now feeling that they have to have at least one supplier outside of China for every single critical component that they have for their business. So that's a shift. They're not only worried about the tariffs coming from the U.S., but they're also worried and feel like there's been a shift in the thinking here that China is not going to change its economic agenda despite all the pressure from the United States. And so they need to prepare for what has been described as points of crisis for the next 5 to 10 years. So to a lot of people that I'm talking to in the supply chain, they say that this means they are more seriously, aggressively looking at partners in Southeast Asia, in India, as well as Ethiopia, and pretty much almost every place that's cheaper and has a lot of production facilities outside of China, except for the United States. I didn't really talk to many people who said that they were going to move their facilities back.